This is John Elder from 5Dog Digital Marketing, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing domain authority, its definition, importance in SEO, and some best practices. So, that being the case, let's just jump right on in, shall we? When companies build out their digital footprint, their goal is going to be to rank as high as possible in the SERPs. SERPs, by the way, stands for Search Engine Result Page, or whatever result you got for your search. SERPs. So keep that one in your back pocket. However, when you want to know exactly how your website is doing, you'll want to check your domain authority. Your domain authority score is going to be the best way to ensure that your content ranks as it should with a high score. So if you're ready to learn everything there is to know about domain authority, you are in the right place. So let's start at the top. What's domain authority? Your site's domain authority, or DA, as it's commonly abbreviated, is a ranking score used to predict how well a site will rank in the SERPs. Pretty straightforward. Your DA score will give you insight into changes you can make to increase your brand's online presence and site traffic. DA scores were established by Moz back in the day, and they generally range from 1 to 100. So keep that in the back of your mind. Now, the difference between domain authority and domain rating. Another common term you'll hear when researching domain authority is domain rating. Your domain authority refers to its SERPs rating, or how it's doing in the search engine results. Your domain rating is a metric developed by another company called Ahrefs. That measures your website's backlink profile or authority. It's slightly different, a little bit of overlap. So how does domain authority work? Moz based domain authority on Link Explorer data, a web index that uses multiple calculations to calculate your score. Now, the purpose is to gain insight into how your site ranks against other sites. So it uses machine learning algorithms to predict how and where your site will appear in the search results. So in a nutshell, that's how that works. So what is the purpose of domain authority? Google and other search engines look to highly ranked sites as authoritative sources online. You're looking at your Wikipedias, your CNETs, all the big dogs. And domain authority scores give site owners an idea of what improvements they should be making to move their results higher. It's an excellent tool for increasing a brand's online presence. Now, the different types of domain authority I'm going to touch on here are site functionality, your domain's age, and to determine your site's domain authority. So let's just start with site functionality at the top. Your site needs to function properly to achieve a high domain authority score. This functionality includes load time, information quality, accessibility, responsiveness, your schema, your header tags, your meta tagging, your use of advanced schema markup, all those different things. There's actually 200 factors that Google uses. So domain authority gathers together 40 of the biggest and kind of collates the data that way. A site that was intended will have a higher domain authority score than one that has glitches. So attend to your site closely and keep an eye on things. That's why my SEO clients, I generally have a site auditor, a tool that automatically rerun the audit monthly. So if anything goes askew, I'll catch it quick. Second factor, links. As mentioned above, your domain rating is directly related to your backlink profile. So when calculating your domain authority, Moz looks at the prestige of your site's links. Therefore, your goal should be to have a high backlinking score while avoiding bad backlinks. So, I think I have another video talking all about backlinking, so maybe I'll go ahead and just link that one below. The third factor is age. Older domains are more likely to rank higher. This fact is because old age typically means more users have interacted with your site, which increases its authority over time. Younger domains haven't been around long enough to amass the same reach. Therefore, unfortunately, The only way to change this aspect is just give it time. That's why everyone always says SEO takes time. Time is one of the biggest ranking factors. There's nothing we can do about that. So to give you an example of domain authority, if you'd like to explore the complexities of domain authority more, Moz conducted an excellent case study back in 2019. So hop on over to Moz and check that one out. Maybe I'll put a link to it down below also. It's an excellent resource that outlines the machine learning and data side of domain authority. So check that link down below in the comments section. Does domain authority affect SEO? You might be wondering if or how domain authority relates to SEO or search engine optimization. Simply put, your domain's authority doesn't directly impact your site's SEO score. However, that's not to say that domain authority isn't essential for your SEO. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Why is domain authority so important to SEO? Well, your domain authority and SEO typically work hand in hand to improve your site's online ranking. When you look at your site's domain authority score compared to competitors, you'll get a pretty clear picture of what your site needs to rise in the SERPs, such as more backlinks, increased optimization, better functionality, more content. All those different things are fed to you pretty readily. Changes you make to improve your site's domain authority will often boost your site's SEO. So is domain authority necessary? Well, saying domain authority is necessary is a little bit of a misnomer. Domain authority exists. It's just a matter of whether your site is high or low authority. For example, a site could have a domain authority score of 10. That simply means it has low authority. However, a high domain authority score is necessary to place higher in the rankings. So that's definitely something to consider. So how long does it take for domain authority to work? One of the more unfortunate aspects of increasing your site's domain authority is it takes time, like I mentioned before. As with most ranking metrics, you should expect to wait several months before your domain authority score rises significantly. This fact is especially true if your site is relatively new or small. More significant sites will get a boost a lot quicker. So, unfortunately, like I mentioned, out of the 200 ranking factors at Google, age is definitely one of them, and it's one that we cannot manipulate other than using an aged URL and building your site off that. That's a little tricky though. Maybe I'll do another video on that in the future. So the process of increasing your domain authority. Although increasing your domain authority might sound like an arduous task, it's not as challenging as you might think. Below, we've outlined the steps you can take to increase your domain authority score while also improving your site's content. Win-win. First, you want to audit your website. Take a look, find out if there's any red flags that need to be addressed right off the bat. Then you want to do some competition research. Audit their website. With that, you can find out why they are where they are so you can make changes on your site to try and copy what they're doing. Success leaves clues. And that kind of ties into number 3, optimize your site. You want to take your web audit information and your competition analysis information and use that on your site. Make sure your header tags are good. Make sure your meta tags are good. Make sure you did your keyword research and you're utilizing those keywords in all the right places. Your H tags, your meta tags, you're weaving the main keywords and their synonyms throughout the content. All those little optimizations are going to work wonders for you. You also want to improve and expand your content. This means building out your blogs, your service pages, your location pages. All these things, basically content is king. The more you can talk about who you are, what you do, and why people should visit your site as opposed to your competition, it's going to help you out. And last but not least, acquire backlinks. I did another video on backlinks. Again, I'll drop it in the bottom. So, how to increase your domain authority? Let me go into a little more detail on these. Let's take a look at the specifics for increasing your domain authority. The list above might seem straightforward, but each has its own intricacies. Now, with auditing your site, first thing is first. You need to audit your website. You need to go through each page and check that all external and internal linking are live and point to the original source. No 404s, no broken links, no internal links that go nowhere. None of that. Websites come and go, so if you want to ensure that you only link to live, reputable sites, then add a few more internal links where possible to give those pages a boost. This means talking briefly on your home page about a particular service and then linking to the service page for that service. And then on that service page, if you mention a industry-specific acronym or term that the average layperson probably doesn't understand, you may want to hyperlink that term to a blog article where you explain in like 400 words or less the basics of what that term means. So by structuring your site that way, you're going to increase user engagement. They're going to be on your site longer because they're going to just start going down the rabbit holes of all these internal links from page to page to page. And in fact, on the blog pages, a little trick that we like to recommend is link your most recent blog to the previous blog to that, and so on, so on, so on. So you have internal daisy chaining of all your blogs. So if someone liked your blog, they can just click to go right to the next one, and so on, so on. Just like binge watching or playing around on YouTube. They all have taken that to kind of an extreme, but utilized it quite effectively. Second one I mentioned was competition research. So after you audit your site, it's time to do a little competition research and audit them. Competitor research will help you find new keywords, inspire you to create new content, give you ideas for site structure that maybe they're laid out in a different way that you really like. Might want to tweak things. It's also an excellent way to increase SEO for WordPress sites since WordPress is so ubiquitous. Then see which features you can apply to your website. So, success leaves clues, study your competition. Third step is to optimize your site, of course. Site optimization is crucial for increasing your domain authority. You should offer visitors a site structured around solid user experience. Look over your sitemap, create a flow that's intuitive, user-friendly. You can look at methods for increasing WordPress SEO if you have a WordPress site on many different sources. YouTube has many great articles, and of course, Google also does as well. But basically, you want to make a good user experience, so you increase user engagement, keep them on the site longer. That's called click-through rate, and that'll help boost your domain authority. You do that by not only structuring it right, but you want to, of course, keep the links, the internal linking, the click here to learn more type things, right there with the article. I've seen several where you'll have like your homepage here, right? And you'll have article here, and then there's no click to learn more or click to follow. You have to like go up to the main menu, hit the drop down, find the blog, go to the drop down, find the blog you were reading. That's garbage. No one's going to want to do that. They're going to get pissed off and they're going to click away. Keep the click here to learn more link right there with the content. That's my recommendation there. Step 4, improve and expand your content. Your competitor research should have given you some fresh ideas for content. Look at their blogs. That's a great spot to get ideas for things to write about. Also, their services, their location pages. If they're local in the same area as you, that could point to some good ideas that you could utilize. But look at your notes and see what holes you can fill in your existing content. See what they're doing that you're not, that you could do in order to achieve the same kind of domain authority that they have. Then you want to try to bring up topics to your users that are relevant to them, yet lack an online presence. You can find these actually with your keyword research. Tools like Mangles are really good at this because you can actually plug in like one of your main keywords plus who, what, where, why, how, And this will actually give you all the questions that people are plugging into Google, as well as the number of inquiries per month that that particular question's getting, and the keyword difficulty for that question. So the trick is here, you want to find those questions that people are searching for with a high search volume versus a low keyword difficulty. You want to find that sweet spot. You don't want to try and rank for like post-traumatic stress. That is a small, very generic, very competitive keyword with a high keyword difficulty and of course a high search content. I think it was like 3.8 million last time I looked at it. But go for the more long tail keywords. What is post-traumatic stress? Or what are good effective treatments for post-traumatic stress? Going to have a little bit lower of a search volume because it's a little more specific, but the keyword difficulty is also going to drop significantly. And once you look at all the variations, you'll find a couple good ones. And in fact, you'll also find other related search topics. And when you typically, I am able to find 4 or 5 that I like, and I structure those to make one the header and the others the subheaders. And with that, I have the skeletal frame of my blog that I can then write up, and it's stupid easy at that point. So that's enough about improving your content. Went off on a little bit of a tangent there. Step 5, get some backlinks. Finally, a true sign of domain authority is a high number of backlinks, but keep in mind, quality trumps quantity. Backlinks are links from other sites that point to yours. Now, these show search engines that your content is trustworthy, authoritative, and that these other sites evidently like it because they are linking to you. Like, I couldn't think of a better way to say it, so I just threw a hyperlink to this guy. He said it perfect. So if you have a bunch of those, Google's going to say, okay, everyone keeps referring to this guy. He must be the authority. And they'll reward you with ranking. It's pretty basic how that works. So that being the case, that's the 5 there. Let me get into a little bit of best practices here. When it comes to increasing domain authority, you'll find plenty of options. There's going to be a few best practices to keep in mind. Get backlinks the right way is my first one. One of the best ways to increase your domain authority is with increased backlinks. However, there are some strategies for backlinking that are better than others. The main thing is to avoid black hat SEO, which can frustrate users and go against search engine guidelines. Black hat SEO is a method for increasing domain authority by using an end run around the algorithms. It typically involves keyword stuffing, which is like let's go back to post-traumatic stress. Say you wrote a blog on post-traumatic stress, and like every sentence of the blog, you're saying post-traumatic stress, post-traumatic stress, post-traumatic stress. That's keyword stuffing. You're trying to say the same thing so many times, you're going to force them to rank you for it. Google got hip to that a long time ago, and it's not going to fly. Find synonyms. Never use the same keyword more than 2, 3 max if the blog is over like 1,200 words. If it's under that, stick with 2. And beyond that, find synonyms. Find other ways of saying it. PTSD, traumatic stress, stress response. You get the idea. Mix it up so it doesn't sound robotic. Otherwise, the user's going to tune out, and the bots are going to spank you anyway. So just don't keyword stuff. Also, deceptive content. Don't do that. No one likes that, and they can smell it a mile away. And at this point, the bots can too. So don't be that guy. Or link networks that do little to nothing to help a user. This is kind of Fiverr's domain. So if you've ever, I'm sure anyone in business has been contacted by someone emailing them saying, my friend, I sell you high quality backlink. No, run. Fiverr will destroy your website. I've first started out in this industry. I thought, well, I don't need to do backlinks. There's all these guys that sell backlinks right here. Yeah. You buy those backlinks, they'll drop 10,000 zero domain authority backlinks on you. You'll still have zero domain authority, plus it'll look super spammy, and you'll be lucky if your website's still on Google the next day. Don't do that. You will seriously regret it. Being cheap will kill you in the end. So take your time, find the good backlinks, and quality over quantity. Keep that in mind. Number 2, provide quality content. Again, the main reason people perform internet searches is to find an answer to a question. Now, if you have that answer, you must say it plainly and with solid supporting evidence. In other words, don't stuff your site full of keywords just to get users there. Instead, create thoughtful, informative, and most importantly, relevant content. Users should leave your site with the knowledge they sought, not frustrated that they have to continue their search more. So, answer the question quickly and directly. And in fact, this is also a great way to get what's called a Google keyword snippet. I'm sure you've seen this. You can test it now yourself. Go to Google and just type a question as like, what is SEO? You'll see on the number 1 slot, just above where you searched, there's going to be basically a straightforward answer to your question and the link to whoever did that. So the more directly you can answer a question, the better your chances of getting a snippet, which is basically a number 1 position slot. That's where the money's at. So that's also why I kind of recommend in your blogs, do a little keyword research, find out what questions people are typing in so that you can answer those questions in your blogs. You want to start out that blog with a short, concise, and direct answer. That's what Google wants in those snippets. So put that in there and then elaborate. That's my next little tip for you. Number 3, increase your presence. The best way to boost your brand is by spreading your name far and wide. Fortunately, if you are unsure how to improve SEO and domain authority, the internet's full of places to promote your content. First, research which avenues work best for your industry. Then look to your competitors to see what they're doing. Again, success leaves clues. If they are killing it, copy them. It's not rocket science. The more your content is linked to on the web, the higher your domain authority will become. So if you put out great content that people want to link to, it's going to help you out tremendously. This also kind of ties into the guest posting strategy that I posted in one of my previous videos, where if you post a good blog post and you're able to get someone with good domain authority to run that blog for you, some of their domain authority will rub off on you, some of their traffic will come through that link to you, and as more people keep clicking that link, whatever hyperlinked term it is, let's say post-traumatic stress again, you're going to rank better for that search term because that search term is getting a ton of clicks coming to your website. So Google's going to assume, wow, all these people are clicking post-traumatic stress to find this guy. He must really specialize in that. We should probably rank him better for that. Occasionally logic overpowers the algorithms. It happens. So yeah, wield the power of your social media, swap mentions with other bloggers, run advertisements to your site. There's a ton of ways you can be increasing your organic search results, and you should really be utilizing those before you start looking at paid result functions also. And again, I have another video that covers all about organic, so like and subscribe to my channel right down here. There you go. Hit that button, like, subscribe, and follow my content, and you can watch all these videos I've referenced already. Last but not least, domain authority tools to save time and money. This is a good one. Using domain authority tools is an easy way to start building your site's authoritative presence. Now, what is a domain authority tool? Domain authority tools are tools that help increase your site's domain authority. Pretty straightforward there. These tools are different from your basic SERP checkers. That said, you may be surprised to find just how similar some domain authority tools are to the standard ones you've probably used for SEO if you have any experience in this area. One of our favorite domain authority tools are as follows. I got a couple of them here listed. When you basically when you search for domain authority tools, your search engine is going to return a pretty lengthy list. To simplify things, we've already done a quick little run through, and I got this list here for you. So I'm just going to run through this. Number one is link building services. External links and backlinks are invaluable for increasing your site's SEO and domain authority. However, finding those links can be tricky. Fortunately, link building services exist to help you acquire backlinks. Each backlink to your new site increases your site's trustworthiness. If you're new on the scene, a link building service can help improve your backlinks, leading more users to your site and increasing your domain authority score. I wanted to also warn you here that link building services are all over Fiverr, Upwork, and whatnot, and most of them I wouldn't trust. They have really bad domain authority sites. They'll say, I have DA50 plus links. Then you spend $200 and you find out they are garbage. They are zero domain authority. They're written in Mandarin. They don't carry any authority, and they'll probably get you penalized. So find someone reputable, and when you're looking for someone reputable, know that the price is going to correspond with that. You're not going to be spending $200 for backlinking like you would on Fiverr. Google how much does SEO cost to get an idea of standard industry rates in your nation, region, city, whatever. But typically, I'm in the US, so the standard rate for link building services and SEO in my industry is about $2,000 a month. So that's something to keep in mind when you're looking forward and comparing with other providers. And just like any other skilled service that takes time and labor, I would never go with the bottom bidder. Always try to find a good balance between quality and price. I'm getting down our rabbit hole again. I'm going to jump over to number 2 now. URL shorteners. URL shorteners are a valuable tool for content creators, bloggers, and site owners for a few reasons. First, they make the links easier to remember. I mean, if you have a link that's a long series of words strung together, like home/service/kitchen remodel /cabinet/oak cabinet you get the idea. If you're going on that long, no one's going to remember how to get there. So URL shorteners can help fix that a little bit for you. Second, they fit nicely into social media posts. So if you wanted to make a post and link back to this spectacular kitchen cabinet that you just did, in this weird little metaphor, by having a URL shortener hit that URL, suddenly it goes from this long, crazy thing to, whoop, like kitchencabinets.io. There you go. A high quality URL shortener will let you customize the back end of the shortened link. This ability can take a link from 50 characters of nonsense and turn it into something short and sweet. These shorter links, can't talk now, increase the domain authority score because they increase your site's trustworthiness. And number 3, free keyword research tools. Everything is keyword research in SEO. The number one step in any process, no matter what you're doing, is going to be keyword research. So you definitely want these keyword research tools. So as I've harped on several times already, keyword research is crucial for better content, since quality content is key to increasing your domain authority. You should consider using free keyword research tools. There's lots of them on the internet. And these tools can help you to find and use the best keywords for your topic, the ones with the high search volume, low keyword difficulty, like I mentioned earlier. Also, don't forget that keyword research is fundamental to SEO. You don't want to gear your entire website around a term that no one's searching for. That's just dumb. So don't do that. Do your keyword research, find out what variation of your term has thousands of people looking for it as opposed to nobody. And then once you found that, look at the variations and find the one with hits the sweet spot between good search volume, low keyword difficulty again. So, other than that, other related SEO terms that seem like you should probably know, like hot linking is a process of linking an image on your site to an image hosted on another site. This process can cause the host site to use more bandwidth and have slower load speeds. Affiliate link cloaking. This is another one that's kind of tricky and sneaky. It helps protect the affiliate link from other site owners while making the content more appealing to users. And last, a 301 redirect is if you're changing a site URL, 301 redirects will redirect users to your site when they click on the older URL. So if you've changed your URL, say you were Bob's Widget Shop and you just changed it to bobs.com, then you don't have to abandon that old URL and lose all of your authority. You can put in a 301 redirect from Bob's Widget Shop to bobs.com so that both URLs will get you to the same spot. Kind of some basic SEO there. And, well, a couple questions that I hear a lot. I think I'll touch on real fast before I wrap things up here. Are you still confused about domain authority? Here's some good information. What is good domain authority? Good domain authority scores are usually 50 plus. So anything below that range is average to mediocre. And I'd say anything below 20 is pretty bad. So again, there's many free research tools to find out your domain authority. Just Google find my website's domain authority and you can plug them right in. They'll tell you what your domain authority is. And if it's below a 20, you should probably contact someone like me. Also, does Google use domain authority? This is another question I hear a lot. Google does not use domain authority when ranking websites. Your domain authority can predict where your site will land in the Google search pages, but Google uses the other metrics to determine your site's relevance. Google has 200 metrics. Domain authority is not one of them. Again, domain authority was something created by Moz, which is a SEO company just like Ahrefs, SEMrush, and all those other ones. So keep that in mind. And to wrap things up, I guess, when creating or updating your website, keep domain authority in mind. As with SEO, a high domain authority score will allow users to feel more confident with your content. Even better, it'll be easier to find backlinks to your site, further increasing your domain authority. Because once you get up past the 20 mark, people are going to want to start linking to you because now you're pulling ahead. And then it starts feeding on itself. As you get higher up, you get more links, and that pushes you higher. And at the same time, you're pulling people up with you. Who doesn't like that? Although it might seem time-consuming, focusing on your site's domain authority will help ensure success. So that is my short, fast, and dirty version of domain authority. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the comment section below. And I will go through and try to remember all the links I said I'd put in there and drop them down below. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the comments. I'm usually pretty quick about getting back to you. So this has been John Elder, 5 Dog Digital Marketing. Hope you had a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.